Welcome, everyone. We are here doing this for MMA Ireland. My name is Zach. I'm from the Too Legit Show, and today I'm joined by a very, very special guest, one of the most important guys in American Top Team, running it all, the performance coach, Everton Oliveira. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you. How about you guys?
Good, good. And I've got to say that is one of the coolest names I've ever heard. And speaking of Everton, are you into football at all?
Yeah. I know there's a English team with the
Yeah,
same name. Yeah.
got a lot of Brazilian players as well.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah, it's
you
cool.
big into football? Do you have a team or just focus on MMA?
Yeah, no. Actually, I used to play football when I was younger. I played football in my state until juniors, and then I was studying and training judo and jiu-jitsu as well. I hurt my knee. I had surgery, so I kind of like, okay, this maybe uh, won't go in a positive way. So I stopped it and I dedicate myself to jiu-jitsu. So I'm black belt jiu-jitsu, and also I went to finish my degrees in sports training and physical preparation and everything.
Yeah, nice. And talking about all your sports training, your jiu-jitsu, obviously being a personal trainer, how did you get started into working for American Top Team? And do you remember your first day and what was that like?
So I have a pretty I have a good friend. He used to be the American Top Team performance coach before me. So he was doing his masters in Russia, and 2000, back to 2010, he asked me to cover him for a month. And I used to have my own business in Brazil, so I was kind of like okay to schedule my own stuff. So I came here, and this was my first contact with American Top Team back to 2010. Then I came back to Brazil. 2011, he needed again. I came back. I stayed for a month working with the fighters. Then went back to Brazil. But the second time, he invite me. He and another friend invite me to participate in some project here. They were opening an American Top Team gym in a different area here in Florida, and I used to have a gym in Brazil, so they invite me to participate, and I decided to join them for 3 months. And then in 3 months, everything started to change. In 2012, I started to work with Antonio Silva, Bigfoot, for his fight against Alistair Overeem. And then everybody knows how the
What a
fight
fight.
ended. And my life started to change after that. So I started to work with a lot of fighters, and I'm there until today.
Yeah, and it's such a great team that it looks like such a great team that you're part of. And in your opinion, what do you think is key to building a great team like American Top Team?
Honest, first of all, I believe at the American Top Team, we have a pretty good communication in between everyone. You have a lot of an amazing coaches over there, and also you have how can I say the physical uh, structure is huge. So this is one part. Another part is for sure this is a track for the fighters. So you have talent on the mat,
Hmm.
talent training them. So this is for me the best combination you can have, because you're gonna step on the mat and you're gonna see world champions, Olympic champions, like top 5 guys in the world, top 10 guys in the world. So you have like a human professional athletes training with you, training partners, because it's not only like learn the technique, learn the strategy. You have to train there. So if you have like a world champion train jiu-jitsu with you, you're gonna get better. If you have like Olympic boxing uh, professional athlete training with you, you're gonna learn, you're gonna get better. So this is, I think, is the key for the American Top Team right now. And like I said, we have the best coaches in the world, like no doubt about it.
Nice. And from my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that Florida's stayed open under coronavirus. There hasn't been that many restrictions. So has that sort of played to your advantage for American Top Team as opposed to training in other camps?
So what happened there? We had a possibility to close the gym and still able to train with the fighters, to separate in the small groups. And like I said, we have a lot of amazing training partners. So we could think about the best strategy for each training camp. And during the worst COVID time, we were able to maintain the training over there at a high level. So this is something put us one step ahead.
Nice. And obviously, I know you manage, you work with a lot of fighters, sorry, but I do want to focus on, first of all, Thiago Santos. He's been off for a while. And how's his training been? How's he adjusted after his injury, his leg?
Thiago was, before the fight against Glover, was a huge challenge for everyone because he came here with some issues we had to work around, and he went there not 100%, but I was super happy to see him back in the octagon and performing pretty good over there. For sure, wasn't the result we were expecting, but brought him back. So right now he's 100%. He's on fire.
And like looking at the light heavyweight division, let's say Jan's fighting Adesanya. Let's say Jan wins. I mean, Santos has already beaten him, and looking at Reyes losing, he's beating Glover. So do you think that puts him in a really good position? And are you even more confident that he's going to get the belt?
Yeah, for sure. The fact that he already fought against Jan and he beat the actual champion, for sure puts him in a good position. But the division is kind of like a lot of things going on. If you think about the next fight, Adesanya moving up, so we have a lot of things going on. Glover is on a side, waiting for his opportunity too. So right now our focus is on his next challenge, and then we'll see after that.
And I've seen Thiago doing a lot of strength and conditioning on the Instagram. Would you say that's the key base to build around when you're in a training camp?
I always say that the foundation is the most important thing, because anything after that, he's gonna need his body to perform. So, and Thiago really likes to train his physical conditioning. We've been working together since 2013, so it's been like more than 7 years, almost 8 years together. So we have a pretty good relationship, and he's a monster. Like his mindset, his body, and it's all connected. So it's amazing to work with him, and for sure his performance is getting better and better after the both surgeries on the knees. So if you look at the John Jones fight, what he did after injuring himself, okay, the result wasn't the way that we were expecting again, but he was able to perform 5 rounds without both knees, and in one of the judges gave the fight for him. So it's something special. This guy is a monster.
Do you think people from Brazil are just built different to the rest of the world?
I wouldn't say that. What I can say, we can adapt ourselves pretty good. Doesn't matter what's going on around, we will adapt. But it's being like the sports right now. It's the sports change a lot, and we need to adapt. And sometimes we need to adapt pretty fast because new talents coming, like new strategies, new techniques. So we need to get better every single time.
Yeah, and talk about another fighter who's fighting UFC 259, the female GOAT, Amanda Nunes. How's she looking? How's she doing?
Man, she looked better than ever. Like her energy, it's amazing right now. Like, I would say she's in the best moment of her life, and she's enjoying. Like, she's motivated. Like, I can't wait to see her performing next week.
When she trains, is that mindset that she kind of knows like, oh, I'm the female goat, or does that all get brushed aside when she's in training?
No, she doesn't let this come inside her. Like, she always look for get better every single time. Like, she's like on point. She's hungry. We know her potential, but also we're trying to keep our feet on the ground. Doesn't matter what people say outside. We we are trying to do our best inside. So, and she believes each training camp and each fight is the biggest challenge for her. So she's been committed with the training for this fight, like, better than ever, like I said.
When you're in such, tough, mentally tough and, exhausting training camps, is it important sometimes to just switch off and just focus on the team or just focus on having some fun time also?
Sure, sure. We always talk about that. Like, the whole staff talking about that. Like, Conan, her head coach, uh, we always talk about, like, how important it is to sometimes turn it off and enjoy something else, and then come back uh, better, rest, the recovery time, enjoy the family. So this is important because during the camp, it's like a roller coaster. You have a lot of different feelings. You have a lot of uh, different intensities. Your body gonna suffer. Uh, you have injuries uh, once in a while, big injuries, not that much, but you have all the stuff in your body and your mind, and you need to motivate yourself every single day. So our staff, we use this to work better every single time. So we communicate every time. We're trying to talk about the strategies. Look, I'm using this on the training. What do you think? So we're trying to be connected all the time. And with Amanda, like I said, she's motivated.
I'm glad to. I'd be a bit concerned if she wasn't.
No, she wants to keep breaking numbers, breaking records.
And obviously with the free time, as you were saying, do you ever take like group trips to the beach? Because I know there's a lot of beaches, a lot of good stuff to do in Florida.
Yeah, like, I used to do a lot of beach circuit trainings, but our schedule is busy and we have a lot of fighters over there.
Mm.
So right now it's kind of hard for me to take them out of the gym, because sometimes they do other trainings before mine, uh, some drills, some little things, and it's hard to move the schedule. So, and I always try to respect the team and the teamwork. So we follow the protocol, the program, but we have fun outside. We do barbecue. We go have dinners or eat something outside. So we always trying to have fun together.
If you've got the choice of either one, would you rather train on Miami Beach or Copacabana?
Oh man, uh, difficult question. Difficult question. Uh, I would say, man, I would prefer Copacabana.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
say from
yeah,
Brazil, man, of course.
yeah.
And just to touch on Amanda really quickly, obviously this fight's taking place at featherweight. Do you see much of a difference in her training for a bantamweight fight or a featherweight fight, or is there any weight class you sort of prefer her fighting at?
Man, and for this camp, when the problem is her weight, right? Like, when she has to drop to 135, it's a little bit hard for her. So we need to do some adjustments. Uh, to 145, it's easier, but I wouldn't say both. She can walk around in both weight class, and the 135 is a little bit hard, but it's not that much. So I as a professional, I don't see difference in our training plans. We need to do some adjustments here and there, but like she feels pretty well.
Nice.
And my goal always is trying to, I look into myself, I look to the programs that I build, and I think, what can I do better to help them to perform better inside the cage? So I always trying to look, how can I increase the force, the power, the speed. I always trying to look around that and trying to do my best every single day, and trying to connect them with the mental training too. So it's all connected, and at the end, the result is the best results. It's what we want and we're looking for.
Nice. And you've got a great little Brazilian community in that team. Does that sort of make you feel a bit less homesick, and it makes you feel like there's a part of Brazil in Florida?
Yeah, for sure. We have a lot of Brazilians, and actually, I have 4 coaches from my city.
Wow.
So yeah, we used to be really good friends in my city back in Brazil. So here we are training together. So yeah, if you look around, you have a lot of Brazilians over there.
How does the food compare?
The food,
Yeah.
man, around the ATT, we have a Brazilian restaurant. So we go there all the time. So I feel like I'm in Brazil. I have a lot of Brazilian athletes, and also like I work with race car drivers too,
Wow.
besides American Top Team, and I have a lot of Brazilian race car drivers. So sometimes I speak Portuguese like 90% of my day.
Ah, that's there you go. It's not too
Yeah,
different then. That must be great, and that must be beneficial as well for being part of that team. Because if you had to speak English, obviously you can speak English very well, but does it take sort of like that momentum away from it? But if you're speaking Portuguese, it's just more cohesive as a team.
yeah, it's easier. It's easier, I would say that. But uh, like I've been working with Russian athletes, with American athletes. Like doesn't matter where they're from. I will be ready to help them. But for sure, work with Brazilians. It's easier to like to. I wouldn't say to communicate, but like it's from our country, so we know each other pretty well. It's good.
So would you say Brazilian food's better than American food then?
Oh man, uh, some of them, yeah, some of them not. Like I'm enjoying the American food and the other countries' food, but the Brazilian food is pretty good. Churrasco is pretty good.
I'm going to butcher this. I know I'm going to butcher this, so apologies in advance. But I did a bit of research, and what really looks nice to me is moqueca, the seafood dish.
Moqueca,
Yeah, now that looks good.
it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Do you think that's the ideal post-fight meal for any of your fighters to have? Just enjoy that afterwards. That's it right
Post fight,
there.
post
Yeah.
fight meal depends where the fighter is from. Like if the fighter is from Northeast or from the East Coast, he would love to eat that. Like there's some special foods from different parts of the country. So yeah, but it's pretty good.
And as I said before, you do work with a lot of people and a lot of fighters. And I've got to know, if you were stranded on a desert island and you could only pick 3 of the fighters that you work with to help you get off, who would you choose and why?
Oh man, what a hard question, man. Only 3?
Yeah,
Come on. Oh
it
man,
makes
I
it
will be in
hard.
trouble. I will be in trouble. Oh man, I have to choose that. It's more than 35, 40 fighters that I've been working right now. I I will be in bad position with some of them. But okay, okay. Uh, I would choose Amanda.
Mhm.
I would choose Thiago, and oh man, I would choose Adriano Moraes.
I think I'd definitely, if I had to be on the island, I have to pick Lima because he could just leg kick the coconut trees and just let the coconuts fall off, man. I think that would,
Douglas, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I could take Edson too, or Marlon,
Yeah,
or Pedro,
just got to take
or
everyone, sneak them
or
on.
or Thiago Pitbull, or I could start to say all the names, like.
And final question I have for the day. I do like to ask this one. Let's say not your fighters are fighting, but you're fighting in the Colosseum in Rome as a gladiator. What's your weapon of choice and why?
Oh man, good question. But the first weapon came to my mind, and I don't know the name in English, but is the one that changes with the ball and some
Oh, I think I know what you're
I don't
talking about with the spikes
and
on
you
it.
can
Yeah.
yeah, and you can rotate and throw in it people head and people legs, whatever.
I don't even know what that is in English. So that's both of us. Yeah.
I don't know the name in English, but
Well, thank you so much, man. And if you want to shout anything out, then the floor is yours.
man, I would love to say like the MMA is the most right now is the most excited sport in
Agreed.
the world, in my opinion. And those guys, they deserve a lot of respect, and because they're committed to their training. It's crazy. Their training it's intense. They still go there and show up and fighting for their dreams. So people should respect the MMA and respect the fighters and everyone who is involved with the sport. I believe the sport is reaching a different level right now, and it's just getting better and better. And yeah,